It's 3 a.m. You didn't mean to be awake. The phone is in your hand. You're not entertained. You're not learning anything. You're scrolling. This is not a mistake. This is what the phone is for at 3 a.m. The phone is doing exactly what you need it to do. The need is the part you don't want to look at. If the phone weren't there, something would surface. You don't know what. A thought, a memory, a small, quiet panic about how things are going. You don't want to meet that thing, so the phone stays in your hand. The pattern is older than the phone. People have always needed exits. The television left on until morning, the drink that became two, the work that followed them home. The phone is just the first exit that fits in one hand, asks nothing, and never closes. An avoidance that's always open becomes an avoidance without edges. You can't tell where it starts, it's simply where your hands go. The content is irrelevant. The phone could be showing anything. The point isn't what you're watching. The point is that your attention is being held somewhere that isn't your own interior. You started using the phone like this without noticing. A short scroll while waiting, a quick check between things, then the gaps between the checks got smaller, then there were no gaps, then you couldn't be alone with yourself for 30 seconds without reaching. Boredom used to be tolerable. You used to wait in lines. You used to stand in a kitchen while water boiled. Now you can't. Now boredom feels like an emergency. Silence feels like a threat. Your body knows the hour, the eyes burning at the corners, the neck bent at its bad angle, the arm half asleep beneath you, the thumb moving on its own long after the wrist went tired. You notice all of it. You adjust the pillow. You switch hands. You do not stop. Noticing and not stopping, that's the whole pattern in miniature. This is not restlessness. This is the system having lost the ability to tolerate its own quiet. The quiet is where the things you're avoiding finally arrive. A feeling about your day, a feeling about your life, a small clarity you've been postponing. The quiet is not empty. The quiet contains your interior, and your interior is the thing the phone is helping you not to meet. And the feed is generous at 3 a.m. It's the only thing awake with you. Strangers arguing about nothing. Lives you don't envy, jokes you don't laugh at. It's a room full of voices, and none of them know you're there. Company that requires nothing. Presence without being seen, which is exactly the amount of contact you've left to give. Daytime scrolling has alibis. You're waiting for an elevator. You're between tasks. You're checking something and the checking becomes an hour, but at least the hour has a name. At 3 a.m., nothing is happening. No work, no obligation, no problem to solve. The world has gone to sleep and you're still scrolling. Part of you doesn't want to sleep. Sleep ends the day, and this is the only part of the day that belonged to you. The hours were spent on work, on errands, on other people's needs. This is what was left over, so you hold it open, you stretch it. You spend it on nothing because spending it on nothing is the only proof that it was yours. This is the most honest version of the pattern. At 3 a.m. there is no excuse left. There is only you, the device, and whatever you would feel if you set it down. You will not set it down. You'll keep scrolling until exhaustion finally outweighs avoidance. You'll fall asleep with the phone in your hand and wake up with it in your hand and continue. In the morning you'll call it a bad night. You'll promise yourself an early evening. The promise will feel real. It's not a plan. It's part of the ritual, the small fee you pay each morning for permission to do it again. By 11 the promise is gone. By midnight the phone is lit. By 3 a.m. you're here again, watching this or something like it. The cost is not the time you spent. The cost is the relationship with your own interior that you stopped maintaining. You don't know what you feel, you don't know what you think, you don't know what you want, because feeling and thinking and wanting all require silence to form, and silence is the thing you've organized your life to prevent. 3 a.m. is not when you have insomnia. 3 a.m. is when you're alone enough that the thing you avoided all day finally catches up. And you're still trying to outrun it, with your eyes, with your thumb, with a screen that does not care whether you sleep. And